All right, welcome to part two of Oklahoma's offense. We're going to cover another 10 plays here, starting off with this play right here. So what we got here is a really kind of more of an H-back set, so kind of an H twins pistol look. And what you're going to get here is a run. So this is what I would call kind of dart, almost run like a power play because you have kick. Everybody's blocking down, and then you have dart, which is the same really as power, except for now the tackle is pulling out the guard. And what you can see here is they're in kind of their 4-2 set. Now, what I like about running this in with twins into the boundary is that you have the overhang or the star player now into the boundary. And the number one rule that you always need to do against a 4-2-5 team is run away from the overhang. So here you see we have a weak side edge. The overhang is on the opposite side. What I love about how Oklahoma designs their run is there's always kind of a cutback element to it, where flow doesn't always take you to the ball. And so, a lot of linebackers, modern linebackers, are reading the flow instead of reading kind of old school, reading the guard. Because what Oklahoma kind of tests you on is, in order to really trust where the play is going, you have to really read the guards and the linemen, because yes, you do have zone block down, but as soon as you make that first step and you see, same color cross face, you redirect and now you're taken to the ball. So they're kind of testing teams on, are you getting caught eyes in the backfield, or are you actually reading keys, your guards, and all that stuff to get you to the ball. Again, another great play. They leave the end there. The end's kicked by the H-back. He tries to go down inside, which is what he's supposed to do, but really right there he wants to spill that. But because he went down and he's so kind of a wide 9 in a way, he kind of gets pushed down inside by that H-back. It doesn't get a chance to spill, so you get a clean wrap by the tackle. He takes out that scraping Mike who's exchanging right there. He gets a little wide. That allows him to be kicked out. The running back sets that block up, cuts back inside, and gets a pretty good gain for, I believe it's the first down. Let's look at it from the butt shot. You can see more of a kind of a pistol weak formation. Everybody's blocking down, kick out, wrap with the tackle. Really good job by that tackle of getting to that linebacker. Our next play is second and extra long here, and OU comes out in kind of a Yo-Twin stack formation, stacked. It's not really in the boundary, just kind of middle of the field, so it's not necessarily fibbed. But what I like is the concept that they run. So they're going to run a Mills concept here, and Mills is always usually a post and a dig, and it'll stretch you kind of vertically. And then they're also going to run a wheel out of the backfield, and they catch. Initially, TCU is set up. You can kind of see that they're in that kind of 3 safety look, and they roll down. They screw down the safety into more of the outside backer. They're back to the 3-4 look, and they're going to play true kind of quarter, 4 match, basically where you've got linebackers out to 1. Get hands on them. That way you still got your quarter structure here, and these guys are playing 2 out, or 3 out weak or strong, wherever the back goes. So that's what they get here. You can see down at the bottom, his job is to get to receiver, get hands on them. They're going to play kind of their quarters. He just gets kind of caught, sucked in on that post. And the idea is that now that here comes the swing, the wheel route out of the backfield. And normally what would happen is that's his guy, but because he sees it coming out, he'll leave, they'll exchange. He's got to ride him back in on the dig. And really this post is really open. He doesn't it's not necessarily a rhythm throw, but it's there. If he throws it now, it would be open kind of flat across the field right at about the logo. However, with that roundup and being in 4 match, they're matched up on their guy. You've got a pretty big window here where the quarterback can escape and get extra yard, get the first down just by the scramble. Let's play it again. You can see scrambles out the back. Here it is again. Wants the concept here with the wheel. everybody's matched up, and a lot of times when you match up too, so everything starts as a zone, it really turns into man is what match principles happen. And then the problem is when you get into man, you can see there he's lost his eyes in the backfield, so he's focused on his man, doesn't see him roll out, so he never actually joins the pursuit because he's eyes are on his man. Here we have about 2nd and 3, which makes it kind of an odd distance for the first down. It's kind of an open menu for the offense, and here you can see they're kind of playing almost what I would call a wolf formation, where you have 2 guys kind of to the side. A lot of times you'll see them just stacked up that way, but here they actually have them instead of horizontally stacked, they have them vertically stacked, and that tends to be a lot of option stuff when they do this, and that's exactly what they're going to do here is an RPO, which really is a triple option, even though it doesn't look like your standard triple option, because what you have is you have your counter tray down to the boundary here, and you can see that TCU is in their 4-2-5 structure with their star to the field towards the twin side, and so you have CT into the boundary, looks pretty good, and then you have kind of quick flare from this second running back, and really the problem is you're going to typically, whatever the coverage is that you play, that's typically the Mike that's going to be responsible to get out on that back, and then these guys are kind of playing front side. He's going to insert into the run fits. They're soloed up right here. The problem is the Mike thinking, I'm assuming maybe he thinks it's 2nd and 3, it's an obvious run, gets sucked into the run read and gives that opening to throw the ball to that flat. And a lot of space right there. Good blocks from the wide receiver, especially from the slot. Does get the first down and gets does make up, safety makes up for it, puts a hat on the ball, knocks it out. So the end result is not good for OU, but the play design is really, really good. We'll play it kind of in fast time, see how quickly it is. Where I say it's really a triple option is that you really do have the option threat of here's your dive, the quarterback could run it, there's your QB keep, and then now your pitch is to the outside. Very, very good design play. One more time, and then we'll look at it from the butt shot. And that's just a good job of making them continue to snap the ball, tackle well, strip well, get the ball out, put it on the ground, and get a turnover. They actually do a decent job of kind of handling the CT here. I like this spill, almost gets a 2-for-1. The other thing I'd like to see is him go on the outside. Instead, he kind of stays inside and spills it again, which now means your +1 is your safety coming down kind of from the top down, and it takes a little bit longer. But you can see he almost gets 2-for-1 right there, spills that one. And the running back would obviously have to bounce outside, so that's where I want to see that linebacker is there, not inside to spill again. Your safety will fix that fit right there. Good pursuit, head whips from all the D linemen. You can see as soon as it's thrown, they head whip and they're off. The problem is as soon as that number 3 is out quick, that really becomes the job of the Mike to carry, or if you're going to play some type of zone, that star has to kind of keep leverage on him, not necessarily drive on it, because if he drives on it, they're just going to dump something behind most of the time. So he has to kind of work through the slant window. That's not a good picture on that, but you can see there, good job of getting your hat on the helmet. Sorry, hat on the ball, punch it out. Like I was talking about up top, so either he works through the slant window of 1 to kind of keep leverage on that back, or your Mike has to carry the back, one of the two. They really don't do either, really, and I guess he's trying to keep leverage, but good block by the slot. Just get lucky on that turnover. All right, here we have gun split with twins into the boundary. TCU is in there 3-4. Look, they're going to run basically a zone read, but it's a lead, outside zone lead on the front side, and the quarterback has the option to pull. They're going to influence block with this tackle. Looks like he's going to step down, and then he arcs to the outside backer. And you can see that lead blocker kind of then becomes kind of an ISO guy, find a hole, insert, have an additional blocker. Big lane. Let's look at it from the butt shot here. So you can see Sets up very much like a veer, so it's the influence block, step down. He's either got to take the dive now and let the quarterback pull it in exchange. There's your option rules, or he's got to sit really, really hard, allow him to fit off of that, and these guys can scrape hard for the dive. But what happens is he kind of does sit, but the problem is you get this backer that's kind of here, and then he guesses that it's going to be a pull, and now he gets out of his kind of run support area, because really what should happen is set the edge, fill here. Here's this backer. Here's this backer. This backer is going to fill inside of here. And let's see which zone it cuts back into. So it really cuts there, and that's that front side Mike. Isn't filling his hole. They're both kind of shuffling laterally, not coming downhill, not filling their gap. And so once they realize it's not a pull, there you're manned up, you're blocked up. There's your extra guy off to the races. Good read by the running back. My favorite is this coach right here. You can kind of see him running down with the towel, and then he almost gets his legs taken out. I've been that guy on the sidelines where you get rolled up on. It's not fun. All right, here we have Yo Twin Strong with the Twins into the boundary. TCU again is in their 3-4 look with that third safety that's down. You get jet motion from the X receiver over here, and you can see it's that down zone again. Look at the position of the Y off. That tells you that he's not likely to come across because he's pretty tight. You should get either some gap scheme to that side or down zone, which is what they get. Very similar to what we've already seen before, that down zone. What I like about this one is you kind of have this, again, triple option phase of here's your dive. And I like that he kind of, if he doesn't get it, he then becomes a lead blocker. That's a really good wrinkle in this play. Then you have the pull, and now you have your pitch. And what happens is they don't get TCU doesn't bump on the motion. The only thing that they do is they're rolling down their safeties, and now they're probably playing some type of cover 3. Here he comes. But you have an issue now where you've come inside, they collapse that down, you're going to step up. Well, that's a blocker. Here's your +1, but now you've also got pitchman on the outside, so he's kind of left in no man's land of do I take the pitch or do I not? He's kind of trying to keep leverage on the pitch. The problem is his elite blocker on that outside backer. He kicks him out, and quarterback is free to hit that crease. Let's watch it in full speed. You see they don't motion. All they do is roll the safeties, and then that just keeps the safety up top, and he's kind of laid into the run fits. Look at it from the back. Here comes the motion. They come underneath. Right here, they collapse down this. Block, 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 block. They can work to that backer. Here's your down zone. It bends back. If he doesn't get the ball, he's now the lead blocker. Pull. Here goes your pitch with the jet motion. And again, he could pull up right there and throw it if for some reason, if that down safety comes at the quarterback and leaves that the pitch kind of got open. He could kind of flick it out there to him as the pitch. But here you see that down safety tried to stay leveraged on that pitch. Wasn't able to take this quarterback kick out. Here's your crease right there. And then you got off to the races. All right, here's the next big play. I think it's 3rd and goal, I believe. And, big kind of opportunity for TCU to get a stop and at least keep 3 on the board. You can see that they come out in a wing set, wing strong. You need a 9-man box, which TCU does get to. They man up the outside receivers. And actually the D-line plays this really, really well. You're going to get a QB, basically QB power kind of lead from this, where they block down with the Y and they block down with the wing. He kind of becomes the kick out. Guard wraps up. Here's your lead blocker. Quarterback follows them in the hole. And so what I like about what TCU does here is this this shade sees that there's a pull, and now he crosses center's face, and that gives you one more guy on to the side of the pull, which helps you with the numbers. So he actually plays this well and actually kind of goes all the way around, almost like it's a twist. And gets in the gap. The issue now is, and they play this pretty well to the front side. The problem is your backers, they get way too laterally, get over the top, and they leave that cutback lane. See, they get over the top, and that means they get washed out. Quarterback runs his feet. Touchdown. Here we go again, you see. So they can, here, double work to the mic, wrap, they play down there, kick out there. Here's your lead blocker. So the numbers are kind of there for OU. The center does a good job of wrapping. And now there, the problem is this backer right here really needs to kind of work more downhill through the cutback lane. You got plenty of guys on the front side. You can see this backer does a good job scraping tight to the pile. He's in that gap right there. Does get kind of kicked out, tries to spill that blocker, but there again, there's your cutback lane right there. And had that linebacker worked more laterally right here, he fills that cutback lane. Instead, it takes the safety coming over, but he's obviously going to be late. And then doesn't get enough of a tackle, gets a push by the line. Let's watch it again. Watch this linebacker right here not see that cutback. Just gets over the top, loses leverage. Here we have 1st and 10, double tight with the back to the field. They go X-jet motion, and they're actually going to run power read off of it. And what I like here is this number set up really well for OU. This Y is going to arc block to that outside backer. Down right here, they're going to read this end right here. And now you've got a block here. You've got an additional block here, and you've got numbers. Either you give it and he's out the gate or you keep it. The number should be with you, especially if they're keeping this backside safety here. What should happen is it should be a bump call where now that was his man, now becomes that's his man. We get a rollover. There's your extra fitter. But I don't believe they roll it. You can see they keep 2 on the backside, and the problem now is there's short of numbers with TCU, so you can see they're reading that end. The end stays inside. Give it. Now he's out the gate. Great block right here. This outside backer right here has got to set the edge. He's got to get to that outside shoulder. 2 things really. If this release is flat, then go ahead and come under and win right now and let that safety fix that. But the more you kind of try to get over the top and get wide on it, you're giving that cutback lane, and this safety kind of has to work back that way, unless you have these guys bending underneath. But the quicker he fits, the quicker safety can fit. But they read that end. Give it. Got a speedy guy on the corner. You got 2 great blocks by your wide receivers. And your tight end plus your running back is a lead block. It's a lot of yards out of it. Let's look at it from the butt shot. It's a good read by the quarterback. The end kind of gets down inside and then squats. So give it. This really now becomes an inside out for this linebacker, but because it's not because it's not normal jet read. Like normal jet read, the pace wouldn't be as quick as it would be with normal power read wouldn't be as quick as jet read. Jet read just happens a lot faster, and as soon as he gets the ball, he's already running full speed. Whereas if it's a running back, it kind of starts a little bit slower and then picks up pace and gives you time to kind of run it inside out. But here it's fast paced right off the bat. And he's going to out-leverage that pretty much every time. You can see good blocks upfield, plus your lead blocker, keeps sealing guys off. He has a chance to cut up that line and be gone. Safety does a good job of trying to fit, and at least he's staying on the hip enough to push him out of bounds. Second and 10, OU's in a gun split look. TCU's in their 3-4 structure. Normal split zone that they run right here. But you can see this bandit from the D end up top comes underneath, and that's going to cut off that dive right away. And so he immediately cuts back, allows this guy kind of split back to turn and kind of get him here. And now TCU's not in a bad position here. This is really more of a mistake by the defense because really if he keeps his shoulder clear, he's got this gap. There's the other gap. There's really nowhere for the running back to go. Here you have guys that can add in. The problem is you'll see late he is in this spot, and then tries to throw him off and peek back outside, and that opens up the gap. So if he stays right there and keeps collapsing that gap, there's nowhere really for that running back to go except for bounce out, and then there's your extra fitter right there. The problem is linebacker decides to stay outside, throws him, goes to the outside, cuts off that. Now you got two heads in a gap. There's your open crease. He's going to get quite a few yards out of that. It's not necessarily the design of the play, but it's just good athleticism by the running backs. You can see that he sees the end underneath. He knows that he's going to cut off that zone. It's a good play call into the zone. If they ran more of the true zone, if he kept tracking this, he's going to cut him off right there. And now you can see there's the pull. He's got the pull, and then your safety will be responsible for the pitch. Split back does a good job of sealing that guy, just enough for the running back to cut back. And you can see right there, if he gets on his inside shoulder and stays on the inside shoulder and collapses it down, there's nowhere for this guy to go but bounce outside. But he kind of gets cute, and as a lot of players do, they want to guess, they peek, he goes to the outside, chooses wrong, and now you got to get two heads in one gap basically. There's your open crease. Running back does a good job seeing it vision-wise. Cuts through, and then it requires the outside backer and safety to come back. All right, here we have trip strong. This may be one of my favorite play designs that they do. You send this guy back in motion. You've got your outside zone as kind of your dive. Everybody's hard zoning out there, and he looks like he's there to help join from the backside, so that kind of essentially becomes zone down in a way. But what I like is you get the pull. They're run a smash concept. I think he runs more of a comeback here, but they run that smash concept where you get the corner and kind of the comeback or the stop around in a way. But the guy that's in motion who looks like he's going to crack, now you've got quarterback pulling coming this way. Everybody's flowing this way, and he kind of then just sneaks back in this hole right here for an easy dump off, and it's a brilliant design play. You can see it looks like he's going to join with his own. Everybody now flows, and now you can see everybody's vacated there. They're going to run him up the seam to occupy these two guys. Again, he's doing the post corner, so he's going to occupy him a little bit, get him out of the way, and then there's that window right there. Just an easy pass to get a first down. Let's play it again, full speed. Looks like he's going to take it. Throws it, and he's wide open. Now, interestingly enough, I do think this is a true RPO in that I do think he's reading. I do think he's reading the end. The end comes under. I think he knows the pull. He's also kind of reading the flow of this backer. And if he gives it, there's your block right there. But if he keeps it, now we should see a redirect. Instead of trying to go block him, he just kind of slips underneath and boom, out the back door. Nobody accounts for him in that. Great design play. All right, this last play here, Oklahoma comes out in a 10 personnel. Got some pretty doubles, but kind of tight. They motion over to a trips bunch, and they're going to basically run a levels concept. So in a levels concept out of bunch, you're going to get a vertical push out of number one, who's then, typically will run a post route. You should get it underneath, kind of shallow by, which would be number two. And then number 3 here is going to push out and then come back inside. And there's your 3 different levels. You're going to get a vertical stretch. And what they're trying to do here is basically clear out these 2 guys with the vertical push. So they should back up, should open this space right here. Linebacker should take this shallow, at least carry it to the next linebacker, so that should again vacate this space. He's going to press that outside shoulder. He's going to try and push outside to make sure he keeps the leverage on the route. And then he sticks and comes back inside, should be wide open right here. However, this corner does a fantastic job of recognizing the concept and jumping in front of the route, picking it off. And I think he takes it all the way back. It's a big play for TCU. But this is, again, a good concept. You know me, I'm not always going to show you the best things. I'm going to show you some of the bad things too. But the concept and the structure is good. It's just a great individual play here by the corner. Saves not only a touchdown, but gets points on the board for the defense. One more time real quick right here. They motion over. Now you've got a trips bunch set. They've rolled over. They've got the numbers. Again, they're trying to vacate that hole. Corner does a fantastic job. So that's it for part number 2. And we'll get the third part and cover the rest of the plays of this game. Until next time.